Have you ever thought why I don't resonate with my sun sign? Maybe you're a Leo Sun Sign who hates being the center of attention, or Virgo Sun Sign who can't stand organize anything. Trust me, you are not broken, and astrology isn't wrong. The truth is, sometimes our childhood broke us so much that we run away straight into our zodiac opposites. And if, like me, you are on this journey of learning astrology, then let's find the reason why you don't resonate with your sun sign and what to do with it.
Some of us just Google ask the stars, trading algorithms for cosmic memoirs. Slow living vibes beneath moonlit bars. It's way more fun on talks by the stars.
I know it. It's from my own life. I grew up with a child of teachers. I was raised to be a perfect student, always polite, neat, top of the class. On the outside, I checked every Virgo-like box: reliable, good grades, discipline. But deep inside, I felt called to something different: creativity, imagination, and magic. I wrote fairy tales, invented heroes, and got lost in astrology and mystical worlds. That was my Pisces Sun Sign speaking, and to this day, it's guided me more than any report cards ever did. Why does this happen? When parents, teachers, or society push up too hard to be our sign, we get fed up. Imagine being told all the time, "You're a Cancer, you should care about family," or "You're a Capricorn, you should always be responsible." After years of that, you just want to scream, "No thanks, I'm moving across the street to my opposite sign." Each sign meaning comes with this mirror, its shadow twin. And when the pressure is too much, we escape into its opposite. Alright, let's take a look of each sign one by one. Let's talk about Aries Sun Sign. Imagine a little Aries who loves soccer, always first on the field. But if parents struggle to endless practices on criticizing every mistake, they quit and never go back. That's Aries fire turns into fear of starting everything new. Later in life, they might look at the astrology personality and think, why I don't resonate with my Aries Sun Sign. There are kids climbing trees, starting games, and asking, why not? When an Aries child hears too often, "Stop being so loud, stop fighting, sit still," that spark starts to dim. Instead of growing into confidence leader, they learn to play peacemaker, more like the zodiac opposite, Libra, who wants harmony and calm. Even astrology celebrities show this. Sarah Jessica Parker, an Aries, was forced into acting from a young age, ballet theater and singing lesson. This constant pressure stifled her fire. She brought the Libra energy to her career and became one of the most fashionable celebrities, with her own shoe line, a love of flowers, art, and books. From Sex in the City and Broadway, she started her own production company, providing that Aries can shine when they stop apologizing for their spark. The Taurus Sun Sign is all about comfort, beauty, and steady routines. My friend's son, a young Taurus during his early years, really enjoys baking, but often is called for making a mess in the kitchen, or is pushed into never-ending piano lessons until every note feels like a form of torture. Instead of embracing his natural Taurus traits, he's escaped into his zodiac opposites, Scorpio. Taurus kids love simple pleasures drawing, cooking, music, or just lying in the grass staring at the clouds. But here's the catch if childhood put them too hard, the joy disappears. Suddenly, they become secretive, intense, drawn to mysteries and extremes, like Scorpio. Rather than slow, gentle pleasures, Taurus is known for. So, if you a Taurus who feels more like a Scorpio and wonder why I don't resonate with my Taurus sun sign, remember your sun sign meaning isn't gone. Even astrology celebrities show this story. Take Barbra Streisand, a Taurus Sun Sign. Growing up in Brooklyn, she often felt insecure about her looks and difference from others. Instead of seeking into self-doubt, she turned that Scorpio-like intensity into raw power on stage. She fought through rejection, criticism, but became one of the most renowned, richest, and iconic performers in the world. My friend Gemini loved writing silly notes in class to make everyone laugh. After being scolded daily, she stopped joking altogether and later grew up craving freedom, running from rules, more like a suck adventurer than a Gemini thinker. And that's why adults ask why I don't resonate with my Gemini sun sign. Gemini kids are natural chatterboxes, always talking, learning, writing, and cracking jokes. If this child is told too often, stop talking, you are too noisy, or their curiosity is punished with constant homework drills, they shut down. Instead of learning into their natural zodiac traits, they escape into their opposite sign, Sagittarius. Suddenly, instead of loving little conversation and playful ideas, they crave big adventures, travel, or philosophy, as if running from the small world they were forced into. So, if you're a Gemini who feels more like a Sag Wanderer, don't worry, your Gemini spark is still alive. Even astrology celebrities reflect this. Angelina Jolie is a Gemini Sun Sign. As a child, she was teased for being different, too thin, too intense, too curiosity about things that weren't girly. That pain pushed her into Sagittarius-like extremes, traveling the world, embracing humanitarian causes, adopting children from different countries, always searching for truth behind borders. The Cancer Sun Sign is all about sensitivity, home, and heart. My brother is a Cancer child who loved drawing pictures for his parents, but after they teased him, he stopped sharing his art forever. Years later, he grew up into a classic Capricorn achiever. Work first, feeling last. And that's why so many people ask why I don't resonate with my Cancer sun sign. Cancer kids are natural dreamers. They draw, they feel deeply, they love creating safe little worlds around them. But here's the problem. If Cancer child hears too often, stop crying, you are overreacting, or their feelings are laughed at, they start to amor up. Instead of showing their soft zodiac trails, they escape into their opposite sign, Capricorn. Suddenly, the little neutral becomes serious, responsible, and attachable, hiding behind achievements instead of emotions. So, if you're a Cancer who feels more like a Capricorn, remember your sun sign meaning isn't lost. Even astrology celebrities show this pattern. Ariana Huffington, a Cancer Sun Sign, grew up in Greece in a home where money was tight and emotion often had to take a back seat to survive. She learned to push herself like a Capricorn, studying in Cambridge, founding the Huffington Post, building her career through sheer drive. But later she went to build the Trill Global, focusing on rest, wellness, and emotion balance, Cancer values, and the core. Imagine a little girl who loved to dress up and sing for her family. But after being teased one too many times, she gave up. As an adult, she became a reliable friend in the background, always support others but never daring to shine herself. That's the reality of zodiac opposites. Leo hiding behind Aquarius. Many people ask why I don't resonate with my Leo Sun Sign. Leos are creative, playful, natural leaders with a big heart. But here the catch: if every childhood performance is met with criticism, or if parents dismiss them as being too dramatic, that brings Leo frames start to dim. Suddenly, the astrology personality flips into the opposite zodiac dress, the Aquarius mask. Instead of being the star, they hide in the group, acting detached, focusing on others instead of their own spotlight. Even astrology celebrities went through this journey. Charlize Theron, a Leo Sun Sign, grew up in South Africa. She faced trauma and deep loss and often felt like an outsider. That pushed her into a dramatic escape, the shadow side of Leo. But today, as a Hollywood star, she's not just shining for herself. Through her humanitarian activism, adoption, and support of Africa organizations, she living out the harder meaning of Leo zodiac opposite, Aquarius. And that's the real sun sign meaning, turning personal struggle into collective healing. So many people ask why I don't resonate with my Virgo Sun Sign. The answer often hides in childhood. Take my own story about little girl and how her family expected her to be the mini adult in the house, always responsible, always tidy. But at night, she escaped into her own world of imagination, fairy tales, and even astrology, because her true self was tied to be perfect. That's what happens when zodiac opposites. Virgo hiding behind Pisces. Virgo Sun Sign are known for their sharp mind, organization, and practical zodiac traits. But if the child grows up with constant pressure, clean your room, get the results, don't make mistakes, that astrology personality starts to feel like a cage, and the opposite energy kicks in. Pisces. Suddenly, the Virgo Sun Sign escape into daydreams, art, spirituality, and creativity, craving freedom instead of rules. Even astrology celebrities show up this pattern. Take Shania Twain, a Virgo Sun Sign. Growing up in poverty, she carried huge responsibility from early age, helping raise her sibling after tragedy. For years, she was the practical Virgo, holding everything together. But later, she learned into the Pisces side of her charts, using music, emotion, and creativity as her escape and her healing. She became one of the most iconic voices in country music history, combining Virgo clarity with Pisces energy. Why don't you resonate with your Libra Sun sign? I've seen a little Libras in ballet or piano recitals, so graceful on stage, but off stage. They secretly dream of yelling, running wild, or breaking the rules. That's a hidden astrology personality shift. Libra hides behind Aries fire. Sometimes the Libra Sun Sign childhood is all about being pushed into politeness, perfection, and peacekeeping. If every argument smoothed over or every smile kept polite, eventually a Libra feels invisible. A little Libra told to share every toy. Eventually they explode. No, mine. There is the zodiac opposite show up. They escape into Aries energy, bold, loud, independent, and unwilling to compromise. And celebrities reveal this. Take Serena Williams. She trains since childhood, forced into discipline, but she transformed that pressure into Aries style firepower. She became number one in women's tennis, proving that zodiac traits aren't boxed, they are choices. His story shows up the deeper sun sign meaning. balanced and beautiful, but sometimes breaking free is where your true power shines. Scorpio Sun Sign meaning is all about depth, passion, and mystery, but here is one of the biggest astrology misconceptions. Why I don't resonate with my Scorpio Sun Sign? My nephew is a Scorpio child who kept diaries full of her secret dreams. But when the parents read it, she stopped writing and started focusing only on safe, practical goals. Scorpio Sun Sign expression in childhood often feel their privacy invaded. Tell me what you are thinking. Stop being secretive. If every thought has to be explained, every secret exposed, they shut down. That when zodiac opposite take over. They run to Taurus, craving comfort, food, money, and stability instead of intensity. Even astrology celebrities reflect this. Daisy Fuentes, Scorpio Sun Sign, grew up as a Cuban immigrant who had to start over in America, learning to survive by building stability first. Even when she rose to fame in the media, she built a large Taurus-based business empire centered on her name, which includes clothing, accessories, fragrances, and eyewear. Her Scorpio strength, resilience, magnetism, and emotional depth, which make her popular. The Sagittarius Sun meaning all about freedom, adventure, and big dreams. But here's a catch. Why I don't resonate with my Sagittarius Sun sign. Image Sagittarius child who begged to go camping but was forced to stay home. As an adult, he loved books and conversation, but deep down, he wondered why he didn't feel like the explorer his astrology personality promised. If a Sagittarius child grew up hearing, "No, you can't go there," stop asking so many questions, that fiery curiosity gets shut down. Instead of exploring the world, they fall into their zodiac opposite, Gemini, trails that become witty, light, and full of small talks, but afraid to chase big adventures. Even astrology celebrities prove this. Jenna Bush Hager, a Sagittarius Sun Sign, grew up under the spotlight as a daughter of US President. Instead of running wild as a Sagittarius, she wrote books, worked as a teacher, started a monthly book club, and was a correspondent at Today, showing a Gemini professionalism. But over the time, she embraced her Sagittarius soul through storytelling, traveling, and inspiring people on television. Capricorn Sun Sign meaning is all about discipline, ambition, and being a natural builder of the zodiac. But here's where astrology misconceptions creep in. Why I don't resonate with my Capricorn Sun Sign? My dad, a Capricorn, was scolded over and over for not being mature enough. Years later, instead of climbing a corporate ladder, he poured his whole heart into building and creating a cozy, nurturing home. Capricorn Sun children were born as little adults. If childhood forced them into too much responsibility too soon, like babysitting siblings, cooking dinner, or constantly being told to grow up, they may swing toward their zodiac opposites. Instead of chasing goals, they crave Cancer energy, family, softness, and emotional safety. Even astrology celebrities show us this. Nigel Lawson, a Capricorn Sun sign, lost her mother at a young age and was forced into adults early. But instead of only living in Capricorn's hard discipline, she expressed her Cancer opposite through food, comfort, and creating warmth as a food writer and television cook. Her journey reminds us that even when we run to our opposite, Capricorn's strength always shines through in the end. The Aquarius Sun Sign means all about independence, big ideas, and being the visionary of the zodiac. But why you don't resonate with your Aquarius Sun sign? Imagine an Aquarius kid who was constantly punished in school for asking too many strange questions and wants to make friends. Years later, she didn't hide her uniqueness. She became a performer, finally taking the stage she was denied as a child. Aquarius Sun Sign are forced into strict rule as kids. Don't be worried, don't question, just follow the system. And what happens? They run straight for the zodiac opposites. Instead of staying the detached thinker, they lean into Leo's fire, bold, dramatic, and craving the spotlight. Even astrology celebrities prove it. Shakira, an Aquarius Sun Sign, grew up in Colombia where her quirky voice and dancer style were always accepted. But instead of dimming her originality, she challenged her Leo opposite confidence, creativity, and performance. Today, she's not just an artist, she's a global icon. Her story reminds us the opposite side of your zodiac is exactly what makes you unforgettable. Why I don't resonate with my Pisces Sun sign. Here the real example. My mom was a Pisces child who loved drawing magical creatures, but after being told it was waste of time, she put down her pencil. As an adult, she looked perfectly organized and efficient, but quietly wondered why she disconnected from her spark. Pisces Sun Sign meaning is all about dream and imagination, and then Pisces Sun Sign are told as kids stop daydreaming, pay attention, be useful. They often run into their zodiac opposites. Instead of flowing with their natural creativity, they slide into Virgo energy, over practical, upset with rules, and afraid of their own imagination. Even astrology celebrities show us this. Sharon Stone, a Pisces Sun Sign, grew up in a small Pennsylvania town where imagination wasn't exactly encouraged. Yet instead of burying her Pisces soul, she embraced her opposite side. Virgo liked discipline, hard work, and precision in her craft. But after a brain hemorrhage, she healed her Pisces depth. She started painting and finally found peace. Her story shows us that a Pisces Sun sign doesn't mean weakness, it means turning dreams into power, even if you have to walk through your zodiac opposites to do it. I hope this video helps you understand why you don't resonate with your sun sign. Even childhood shape you into chasing your opposite. Here is both sides are part of your astrology personality. Your sun sign meaning is your inner child, the spark you are born with. The opposite sign is your hero journey, the lesson you learn out in the world. If this video helped you understand yourself or someone you loved, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Follow Talk by the Stars, and let's keep growing together.
Some of us just Google ask the stars, trading algorithms for cosmic memoirs. Slow living vibes beneath moonlit bars. It's way more fun on Talks by the Stars.